What is up, guys? Beancrew49 here. We are back on the Desolation map. Finally, after a pretty long absence, which I will talk about in a moment in this video. But first I want to say hello, guys. I missed you. It's been, what, 3 weeks? I don't know how long it's been. It's been a long time that I've kind of been away, and there's been a reason for it. For those of you who follow me on Twitter, you guys know already, but I'll talk about that in a moment. Wow, it feels good to be back on the streets of Coveton, my friends. A lot has gone down over here in the days that we have not been around, but not as much as I would have hoped. Not as much as I would have liked, because of a reason which I will explain in a moment. But I have been working on Chinatown a lot of bit. I've been working on Chinatown, going hard in the paint. Might not look like much to you, but it's all interiorized. That's the reason why things take so long on this map. There's so much interior going on. You don't realize how much time and effort and patience and skill and energy it takes to build these interiors. But I'm plugging away. I'm going at it. They're all interiorized. Well, most of them. I'm still working on a few of them. Okay, so not 100% interiorized up in here in Chinatown, but for the most part, we're doing our thing. Okay, so yeah, Chinatown's been a great, fun project. I'm not really getting tired of it at all. I've got a couple new buildings here that you haven't seen. I might go in depth into one of these buildings in a separate video, but I don't really want to show you everything on this channel, right? We gotta leave something to the imagination. Now, this is the current building I'm working on. This is going to end up being a crystal shop, and by I don't mean like crystals as in glass. I mean like crystals from Mother Earth. So that's what this is going to be. So I'm going to work on the interior a little bit. I've already started the interior on here. I've done a couple apartments. I guess they're, just little nice little apartments with a little bathroom, little bed, little seat, nothing too fancy. It's just really cramped quarters, really cramped conditions. As you'll see, I'll do another one here for you guys. This will be the top one in the building. And yes, so that's what we're going to work on today. We're going to get this building done. That is my plan for today. Get some crystals in the bottom floor, and we will be on to the next building. We're knocking them down. They're falling like dominoes, my friends. Yes, they is. Okay. All right. So today is Monday, and you know what happens on Mondays, or if you haven't forgotten, it's Creative Question of the Week time, the time of the series where I answer questions from you, the community, that you leave in the comment section of the videos. These questions could be about anything. Anything you want to ask me, feel free. Of course, I can only answer one a week. So if I don't get to your question this week or this upcoming week, then go ahead and leave the question again in the next week if you really want it to be answered, or if you have another question, leave a different question. I don't know, whatever you want to do. I'm not trying to dictate anything. You do what you want to do. Okay, guys. Okay. All right. So I picked a question from 3 weeks ago now, right? You guys put in a lot of great questions. It really sucks that I had to take a hiatus so soon after coming off another hiatus. So it might feel like I've abandoned you guys, but I think today's creative question of the week will answer the reason why. So this week's creative question of the week comes from IGL Zenix, and he says, "How are you?" Oh, IGL6, thank you for that great question. How are you? Thank you for asking, IGL. Remember, guys, if you haven't subscribed to IGL Zenix, go ahead and do that. And, he does all Minecraft, and he's doing Gaia. So if you want to get your Gaia fix while I'm not doing Gaia, then that is your source. All right. Or if you want to get a different perspective. How am I? Well, the reason why I haven't been making videos recently is because I broke my arm. Yeah, guys, it was a biking accident. This time it was on concrete, and I wasn't going too fast, but I was getting kind of dark out, and I didn't see this curb, and I hit the curb without seeing it, and before I knew I was even falling, I was on the ground. So all my weight went into my shoulder, basically, on the concrete, and what happened is I completely fractured my left humerus, which is the main bone where your bicep is. The upper humerus, complete fracture. Oh, it hurts. Oh my goodness, don't break your bones, guys. It's not fun. Not a fun experience. The pain is not what you would think, though. It's not like a searing fire pain. If you've never broken any of your bones, it's not a searing like pain that's like unbearable, but it's like a constant throbbing, like not a sharp pain. It's like a dull pain, and it's not fun. But the worst part about it is the psychological pain. It's like, oh my goodness, the worst pain is just the thinking that, oh, I gotta go through, I don't know, like months of rehabilitation now, and it might not heal the way it's supposed to be. I might be broken forever, and that pain is worse than the physical pain. The psychological pain is worse than the physical pain of breaking a bone. Let me tell you. You're like, oh man, how much is this gonna cost in doctor's visits and medications, and oh man, I can't do this and this and this for the next 2 months. It's like, oh great. But, you know, you live by the bike, you die by the bike. Okay, I've been living by the bike for some time now. And, you know, it's not the first time I've broken something because of my bike. I'm not blaming the bike. Okay, it was my fault. I was just on the bike when it happened. Okay, so, yeah, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. You live by the bike, you die by the bike. You know, whatever you invest in, you're going to get the positives and the negatives. Definitely. And this is not going to stop me from riding my bike. I love riding my bike more than pretty much anything. I love biking, mountain biking especially, and I'm not going to stop. Can't stop, won't stop, and no little injury is going to get me down. I've been through this before, and I wanted to briefly talk about the differences in this injury. My first injury on the bike, I was doing a jump. This was in the mountains, and I came down wrong, and I landed all my weight on my wrist, and I completely messed. My wrist got jacked up. It required surgery. It required them to put like 14 different pins in my wrist, and there's like a plate in there, and it was a long rehab process. And the first time when I went through that, it was the first bone I had ever broken, and I got into such a depression. I was in a deep, dark funk. I was just so depressed because, you know, it was like my world had been turned upside down. It was the middle of summer. All of a sudden, I can't bike anymore. And the best time of the year for biking, suddenly I can't bike anymore. I had this article I was supposed to write, and I couldn't even, use my fingers. I couldn't do anything. It was my prominent hand, so I had to learn how to do everything left-handed. I was in a cast, and the cast itched, and the extreme pain. Like, they didn't give me very good medication. They didn't give me much medication, and they didn't give me good medication. I just got extra strength Tylenol, basically. So I was in a lot of pain. There was a bar going through my wrist for a long time. It was sticking out of my skin. I'm not trying to scare you, but it was a bad experience. I don't remember. Did I stop doing videos? No, this was before I was doing videos. So yeah, there's no videos to worry about. But anyway, I got into a depression, guys. I was really sad about it, and it rocked my world. Now, flash forward, I guess it was about 3 years ago. Flash forward to now, and this is pretty much the same exact thing happens. I break my arm. This is like, it's the same thing. Like, I've lost the use of a hand. And they give me the same medication. So the medication I have, it wasn't the strongest. It was Norco, which is basically like triple strength Tylenol. So it like dulls the pain a little bit. Okay, so I don't have like the greatest medication, and I'm in the same position now. Now I have to like worry about videos. So now I can't do videos. I can't ride my bike. It's summer again. It's the middle of the biking season, and I can't ride my bike. And oh man! But this time was totally different. This time I didn't really think about any of those things. Okay, you know what I thought about? I thought about the positives of what this brings. Yes, I can't do videos anymore because there was a couple of weeks there I couldn't really pick up a controller. I could do it, but it was painful, so I wasn't really playing Minecraft, so which meant I couldn't make videos. And yes, that was a negative, but I saw the positive aspect of it, and that was suddenly I've got a lot of time on my hands. And I need to use this time effectively. I need to get on top of things. So rather than say, "Oh, I'm so sad. Poor me. Poor Bean is a cripple. You can't do anything." This time I was like, "Yes, I've got time, and I've got the ability now to do things that I wouldn't normally do. Have time to improve myself." So I read a bunch of books. I really worked on my second channel, my tarot channel. I really studied tarot, and I've been really diving deep into that aspect of things, and getting on a more spiritual path, and just spending more time improving myself in the ways that I want to improve myself. And it just goes to show you guys. Now, I don't feel bad about this injury. I think this injury was a blessing. This injury taught me a lesson. There's lessons involved here that, go deep. And, there's basically the universe trying to speak to me. And if it takes a broken bone to make you realize the beautiful things that you do have, then so be it. But because of this broken bone, I realize how many people support me. I realize how loved I am, how many people are concerned for my well-being in this community and in my other, real life. Just so many people extending their heartfelt condolences and healing vibes and just well wishes, and it really made me realize how well supported I am. You guys as a community didn't seem too upset that the videos were put on hold. You guys were just very concerned for me, and I was really appreciative of that, and that really helped me to not get into that funk that I was in the first time. And this time I've just been riding the top of the wave rather than drowning in the bottom, right? So I feel really good about this. I'm looking at the positive aspects of it. And there's just so many positive things to take from this that there's no time to focus on the negative. And I think this is a lesson that we can all take with us through life. I've talked about this in previous episodes or a previous video a long time ago, but everything in this universe is neutral. There's no positives, there's no negatives. Everything is neutral. It is a human being who decides to look at this neutral thing as either positive or negative. The positives and negatives of every situation is balanced. There's equal positive and equal negative, so it's neutral. But for some of us, we won't look at the positives. Others won't look at the negatives. And that's just our perception dictates the positives and our perception dictates what a thing is. The thing is not positive or negative. It's us. We decide what it is. So when this negative, or what many people would perceive a negative thing to be, when that happens, you have the choice of saying, am I going to go down that road? Am I going to just focus on the negative aspects and allow the negative aspects to overtake me? Or am I going to focus on the positives and see what the benefits of this situation are? Let me give you an example. Let's say you go to prison for 1 year. You got to go to prison. And most people would say, oh, man, I'm going to prison. Okay, so that means... Have I talked about this? Doesn't matter. So that means I'm going to get beat up. The shower is going to be an iffy situation. I'm going to be locked up and alone and scared and depressed, and there's bad food. And yes, that's all true, I guess. But if you focus on that aspect of going to prison, then prison is going to be a horrible experience for you. Horrible. Or you could say, okay, I have a whole year where they feed me, they clothe me, and I have this time to just improve myself in any way possible. I could read 1,000 books. I could work out every 6 hours a day. I can, expand my meditative practices. I can learn how to play chess. I can, I can interact with people, maybe even make friends in this prison. I've got no responsibilities pretty much for a whole year. And the only real responsibility I have is to improve myself. And, in this world, we get so sidetracked with our lives that we don't really spend time actively trying to improve ourselves. So prison can be a great opportunity. I'm not saying prison's don't go to prison, kids. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying there is a positive aspect of everything. And that's what the positive aspect of going to prison is. Okay, so yeah, look at everything from the positive side as well as the negative, so you can take in a more rational, more well-rounded approach to your life. And that's what I've been doing with this injury, and it's been great. Yes, there's downsides, of course, like there not being videos, but I'm feeling better now. I can play Minecraft without medication, which is what I was doing at the beginning, but now it doesn't hurt so much. So I think I'm going to return to videos, but I think this injury made me realize something that, I just came to an epiphany. I put these videos out every day. That was my intention from the very beginning. Every single day I want to hit you with the Minecraft video so that you are never wanting. But just looking at the numbers, it seems like a lot of people are just like, this again. another video. Okay, I don't have to watch this video. There's going to be another one tomorrow, right? And so people weren't really tuning in regularly, which is what I had hoped. So I came to an epiphany and decided that I need to change something. I know that I just changed my schedule recently, but I'm going to change it again. I'm sorry, guys. And I'm going to take a little bit of the weight off of me, especially now that I'm injured. So what I'm going to plan to do is really revamp this channel a little bit. And what I want to do is less videos. And I know that comes as maybe a negative to some of you. But I think the positive is that these videos are going to be higher quality, probably going to be longer, and they might be less often, but they should be better. And the reason why I want to do that is for the reason I said. I think people just gloss over my videos because there's so many of them. I mean, we're at 624. I mean, that's a lot of videos to watch. But I think what I want to do is create a question of the week on Monday, Gaia Wednesday, and then Desolation Friday with a comment of the week, and then maybe a chess video sprinkled in here and there. And I think that's what we're gonna do. And I know that's gonna come as not good news to some of you. To others, you're not gonna care. To some, you're gonna say, "Oh, that's a great idea." So put in the comments section how you respond to it, and I'd be glad to hear about your feedback. I'm doing this for you guys, so give me feedback on what you think of that idea. But I think that's the way that I need to approach this. Maybe once I'm like 100% healed, I'll go back to maybe more daily routine. But for now, I think that's gonna be a great schedule. So 1 Gaia video a week, 2 Desolation videos a week, maybe 1 or 2 chess videos a week. I might sprinkle in the chess here and there, but you guys don't really care about chess for the most part. There's some of you who do, but as a whole, it's not a widely popular thing. But I still like it, so I do want to continue that. And if you don't like chess, you don't like chess. That's fine. You don't have to watch the video, okay? So, yeah, let me know what you think about that idea in the comment section. I really appreciate that. And again, I want to say thank you guys for all your support in this trying times that I'm living in. It's not, like I said, it's not that trying. I'm having fun. I'm enjoying myself, enjoying the new opportunities for new expansions, basically, okay? And I don't want to stop doing Minecraft. I just want to scale it back right now and see how it does. If people are still not watching, then I don't know what to do. I don't know. I might change something again. Who knows? But we'll see how it goes. We'll see how this new schedule goes and see if people like it. Remember, you guys can always watch Gaia videos on IGL Zenix's channel. He does Gaia videos all the time. So if you're not getting your fill of Gaia once a week from me, then definitely go to him. And the reason for that too is Gaia is going to be better because we're gonna have more to show off. Huge developments in Gaia, guys. Huge. It's gonna be huge, and I'll show you that to you on Wednesday. So I want to thank you for watching. Please leave a comment in the comment section below. If you have any questions for next week, create a question of the week. It's still going on, so please leave your comments in the comment section. And I would love to hear what you have to say about this whole situation, everything that I talked about. So again, you guys have been so supportive, and I thank you so much in these trying times. And we're going to get back on our feet and get back to a pretty scheduled routine, okay? So leave your creative questions in the comment section below. Please leave a like if you enjoyed this video in any way, shape, or form. Put a comment in the comment section, especially if you have a question to ask me for next week. And subscribe to stay up to date on all these videos coming out. All right, guys? I really appreciate you. You are the best community I could ever ask for. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Leave a like if you enjoyed this. Happy Minecrafting. Peace.